one.
Good morning. This is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback, excuse me, for your writing assignment number 1. So I want to share with you that when this is my folder, this is where all student work comes into, and I have the rubric connected to it. Your folder shows the rubric connected to the assignment. So just make certain that I'm showing this to you because I want you to see all of the areas that I'm looking at while I am assessing your work. So I'm looking at the grammar, punctuation. Is there a title? The document design, is it using single space and so forth? The use and purpose and clarity of the graphics, the number of graphics. Is there an introduction? Are there notes, explanations, and warnings? Do you have the correct number of steps? Are they nested? Are they chunked? Blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted you to see that because you could tell like there are many different aspects. We're not just going like that's good or that's bad. There are a variety of elements that we're looking for, and those are all located in your rubric. You have that. I recommend using it as a guide to work through. So as I look through here, I want to talk first about your introduction. I love this. The BBTech wireless speaker is a great portable speaker for entertainment needs. This wireless speaker can be connected to any device with a 3.5 millimeter audio cable connection or Bluetooth compatible. Okay, so I want you to double check on what's called, parallel structure. So listen to this. This wireless speaker can be connected to any device with an audio cable, a 3.5 millimeter audio cable, or a Bluetooth compatibility. So you want to make sure that those two are parallel. They're like in style and structure. I would remove this. I would say using this device this device allows music to be streamed and hands-free calls, whatever. Saying you will be able to. Here you've not used I would just remove that in reference to an individual and instead keep it about the device itself. I like here how you've said what's in the box. I would color code that, like maybe put a square, a rectangle with a color code behind here and say materials or, what's in the box, materials included, and that gives you each. I like how I labeled each of these. That's awesome to tell the difference. I also like how you've chunked your information together. What I recommend doing is highlighting this, putting a rectangle and a color code behind here and step 1, A, B, C. I like that way you know that there are different groups of instructions or sets of instructions to fully power this speaker on. And I love how you have these notes underneath of it. Perfect example of nesting information. I want to caution this here where you say number 1, press and hold on off button. Note, here we go, refer to this. So that starts with a action verb. Number 2, it says blue LED lights flash and will turn solid blue. That's a description. That's not an action. You're not telling them to do something. That's a function of it. So that needs to go underneath of this. Maybe that would be B. Note, the blue LED light flashes and you'll hear a chime noise. This means the device is on. And then 2, see where it says if connecting with 3 millimeter cable, blue LED will turn off and then turn green. Your device would be in aux mode. I would say this is another subset for 3.5 millimeter audio cable instructions. And then the next would be for Bluetooth or for wireless set of instructions. So you want to make sure that this is not telling the user to do anything. This is simply giving instructions about or giving a description about what will happen next. Powering your BBTech wireless speaker. Again, press and turn, hold. Good. Blue LED light will flash and turn off. Again, that's a description. That's not a direction. And then second, see, I like how you have this connecting speaker to Bluetooth. You need to label this powering. Oh, I would label this here. You need to show there's a separate set of instructions for 3.5 millimeter cable because you have it here. The device will automatically be in pairing mode when turned on, period. But that, again, is not a directive. Remember, instructions give you start with an action verb. They start with a commanding verb that telling them to do something like go to device Bluetooth menu, period. Locate BB Tech in the list. Select BB Tech. Those are commands that you want to give. And then here we go. Here's your second set of instructions. Insert, LED light will be green. That's a description. That's a description, not a command. So I recommend changing a wireless speaker. Attach. Again, here's a description. Here's another description. Be careful when you're giving them. I know you're trying to list the instructions and descriptions at the same time. All right, this is instructions, and you have to have 25 steps. So I would recommend working through the steps, breaking them down into separate areas. Powering on is one section. Another section, using an aux cable. Another section, connecting with Bluetooth. Another section, charging your wireless speaker. I see how you've done that, but I would enumerate, list more instructions or things that you need to do within each, and be careful when you're giving instructions that this is, oh gosh, I was up here where it says blue light, LED lights will be red when charging. That's a description. And so that's what I would recommend. I recommend each one of those subsections: charging, answering calls, using aux cable, using Bluetooth. Have those color coded so that those sets of instructions are in a different color and the reader can easily track and flow through the article. I would also recommend setting your images, your graphics inside of separate colors so that they can be distinguished. See how these two are kind of close together, even though they're numbered differently. If there was a color code behind it, it would be maybe a little easier to distinguish. And I hope this was helpful. I look forward to reading your final copy.